How you doing today, guys? Welcome back to another day of 7th grade math. Today, we're going to keep talking about making predictions with theoretical probability. We're going to do a few more samples. Now, before we start, I'd like to invite you to go ahead and subscribe to the channel and turn the notifications bell on. And if you want to support the channel, link down in the description. If you haven't seen my other channel, MTV Alex, I'll leave a link for you right here. Okay, let's see. Making predictions with experimental probability. We have already talked about making predictions with, no, not making prediction, experimental probability of single events, experimental probability of compound events. We also did the same thing, but with theoretical probability. We also did theoretical probability and making predictions with it. Now, in the previous video, we talked about the same subject, and we actually talked about this page right here. I'll leave a link for you right here. So this is the basis for what we're gonna do right now. So we're gonna do a few examples right here. Number one is already done for us. I'm just gonna go ahead and skip that. Number two, and this is what we're gonna do. Whenever we're gonna make predictions, we can either convert to decimal and multiply by the total, or you can do cross products, whatever is easier for you. So let's see. A survey shows that 60% of peanut butter lovers prefer chunky style. Out of 850 people surveyed, how many can be predicted to say that they prefer chunky style peanut butter? Use the proportion to solve it. So in this case, we're going to use a proportion. So I know right here, this is the keyword, 67%. 67%. They write it as a fraction. 67% is 67 hundredths. Now, the total is right here. They surveyed 850 people, so they put it right here. And you're looking for the part. Remember, because we're still talking about part over total. And all you have to do is do cross multiply. So you're going to have 100 times x equals 850 times 67. So you're going to have 100x equals, when you multiply these two, you get 56,950. And then all you got to do is divide by 100 or move the decimal 2 places to the left. So you can just go ahead and do this. And your answer is going to be 569.5. But look at this. Round to the nearest whole number. Because we don't have half of a person, do we? No. You always got to round. So this is actually going to be, the answer for this one is going to be 570. That's it. That's how you do that one. Number three, a football player's. Now, the other way to do this, is convert percent to decimal. And then multiply by 850, and you will get the same answer, whatever works faster for you. Okay? Number three, a football player forces at least one turnover in 27.5% of the games. If the player plays 57 games, how many games can he predict he will force a turnover? Let's do, they have the proportion set up for us over here. But let's do this with the percent. Convert percent to decimal and multiply. So we're going to convert that 1, 2. So my new number is 0.275. We're going to multiply that by the total, which is 57. So 7 times 5 is 35. Carry the 3. 7 times 7 is 49. Plus 3 is 52. Carry the 5. 7 times 2 is 14. And 5 is 19. You don't do anything with the 0. 5 times 5 is 25. Carry the 2. 5 times 7 is 35. And 2 is 37. Carry the 3. 5 times 2 is 10. And 10 is 13. So now, all you have to do is add this up. So you got 5. You got 7. You got 6. Carry the 1. That's 5. And this is 1. Now, don't forget to what? Move the decimal 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So the answer is 15.675. However, you gotta round to the nearest whole number, so this is gonna be 16. Now, if you were to do this like this, you will get 100x equals 27.5 times 57 gives you 1567.5, which is the same number we got right there. And then you just remove the 2 zeros and move the decimal, and you get the same number. So the actual number right here is 15.675. So actually 16 games when you round to the nearest whole number. Now one more, and it's divided into A and B. Number 4, Sandy says she splits her time on her homework as follows: 45% for math, that's what you guys should be doing, 20% for science, 18% on social studies, and 17% for language arts. Okay, so now if Sandy spends 100 hours on homework over a month, predict how much time she spent on every subject. So this is the perfect scenario to convert to decimal and multiply. And this is going to be very simple because we're just multiplying by 100. So let's start with math. So we're going to convert 45% right there. And then we're going to multiply times 100. That means move the decimal twice to the right. So this is 45 hours. That's it. And then we're going to do science. 20%. 0.20 times 100. Move the decimal 2 times. So this is 20 hours. Next is social studies. 0.18 times 100. This is 18 hours. And last but not least is language arts, 17%, which is 17 hours. Now, if you add them all up, you should get 100 hours. So 45 plus 18 plus 20 plus 17 should give you 100 hours. So 8 and 7 is 15, plus 5 is 20, carry the 2, 2, 6, 7, and 3 is 100. That's it. Now it comes a little more complicated if she only does the same thing, but instead of 100 hours, she's gonna do it for only 75 hours. The process is the same, and we're gonna round to the nearest tenth of an hour. So the first one, pink. So instead of multiplying times 100, we're gonna multiply times 75. So 0.45 times 75. So when you multiply 0.45 times 75, you get 33.75. But we are rounding to the nearest tenth, so this will be 33.8 hours. Now for science, I'm just gonna keep using the same color. So a science was 20%, so it's 0.2 times 75. For language arts is 0.17 times 75, and for social studies is 0.18 times 75. So let's get those numbers. So when you multiply all those, for social studies you get 13.5 hours. You don't need to round anything right here, it's already 2/10. For science you get 15 whole hours. You don't need to round anything. And for language arts you get 12.75. Just like over here, we're gonna round to 12.8 hours. Again, just convert to decimal and multiply. That is all you have to do. Now, this is making predictions with experimental probability. Again, either use proportions or convert to decimal and multiply. Both ways are gonna get you to the right answer. If you learned something today, make sure you hit the thumbs up button, like, comment, share, and subscribe. That is it for this one, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.